Does Dark Triad undergo evolution as the social order adapts? I think you want me to give I'll give you my take on Dark Triad. Dark Triad personality traits: Machiavellianism, psychopathy, and narcissism. Okay, all of those characteristics independent of each other are very, very rare. In fact, if you say, well, you're a narcissist, like true clinical narcissism is like a fraction of 1% of the population has like something that is a clinically definable form of a personality or disorder that is narcissism. Psychopathy, maybe 2%. But it just depends on like what the intent. Like I think, quite honestly, everybody is a psychopath or everybody's a sociopath to some degree. But most people aren't going to go and kill people, right? So they might have some sort of sense of self-importance. That doesn't mean you're a narcissist. Like when I talk about mental point of origin and enlightened self-interest, I can't help others until I can help myself. You're a narcissist. No, I am just like a realist here. And if I was going to say you should only help yourself and fuck everybody else, then that would definitely be narcissism. Narcissism is like an unhealthy self-love or an overblown sense of self, right? That's why when women break up with a guy, they go, he was a narcissist because he put his interests above yours, so much so that you broke up with him. He's not a narcissist. It's just like he was more self-important than you were, or you were more self-important than he was. And because he didn't prioritize your needs above his own, therefore he's a narcissist. Fuck you. No, he's not. He's just a guy who probably believes in enlightened self-interest. I can't help anyone until I can help myself. That doesn't mean I don't help anyone, because I would be a narcissist if I did, but I can't help anyone, or I can't help other people as well as when I help myself first. You are a lady, my significant other. You're going to benefit from me prioritizing myself because I love you and I have a relationship with you, and I am not a narcissist, because if I was, you wouldn't even be part of this fucking equation. So narcissism's very rare. Psychopathy, very rare. Machiavellianism, especially today, exceptionally rare in men. Now, Machiavellianism, thinking about, basically, putting your, I don't even know why Machiavellianism is even a thing. Like, I know that they came up with this because it sounds like Niccolo Machiavelli, right? And so it's like thinking the worst of other people, really. Like, the fundamental basis of Machiavellianism is that other people are shit, and you have to treat them as if they're evil and they're out to get you no matter what, right? Like, I look at it this way. Not everyone is out to get you. Not everyone is out to get you, but everyone is out for themselves. So if I'm a Machiavellian personality, then that would be the root of it, right? Not everyone is out to get you, but everyone is out for themselves. So you've got to remember that if your interests align with somebody else and you have mutual self-interest, it's because both of your interests in what you want both tend to coincide. The best friendships that are developed, I'm not saying that this is the only basis of friendships, but the best friendships start from mutual interests, especially for men. They start from a mutual interest or a shared goal or a shared interest, right? So I don't think that dark triad traits should be called dark. And that's probably going to rub people the wrong way. But I don't think that they should be called dark because they are very attractive to women. Women love characters with dark triad personality traits. They prefer them in their fiction. Remember, these are the same women who prefer violent porn. These are the same women who love Christian Grey and 50 Shades of Grey, which is the most unrealistic character there possibly could be, but they love that character. They love, if you look at like the Twilight series, and was it Edward? Is he the vampire?
Edward's the vampire.
And then Jacob is the werewolf?
Yes.
Those are two, that one of those is alpha fucks and one of those is beta bucks.
Yeah.
And the werewolf is alpha fucks. Absolutely. It's funny to see how those archetypes, they don't exist in the same man. They exist in other, and that's a formula for romance novels. Is, should I get with the happy-go-lucky scoundrel? Should I get with Han Solo? Or should I get with the guy, the trust fund guy, who is the safe bet, comes from money, has, but he's not as exciting as fucking Han Solo? I'm gonna fuck Han Solo, and then once he won't commit, then I'm gonna get with the other dude, right? So, but if anything is dark about the dark triad traits, it's the attraction that women have to those traits. And I don't necessarily see them as dark. I think a healthy self-love or a interest, a self-importance is necessary for anybody's ego, really. I think that psychopathy is so rare that it's to be something that is like not, I don't even know why it's even on the list. But if you're going to look at psychopathy, what is psychopathy? Like not caring what other people, like I can't help others until I can help myself. It's only focusing on the help myself part of that rather than the others part of it. And machiavellianism. I think all of those are actually pretty healthy traits in regulation within. You take anything to an extreme. You even take like agreeableness. Like if you take the big 5 personality traits, agreeableness, conscientiousness, if you take those and you amplify them to the nth degree, they are as unhealthy as any of the dark triad traits. Dark triad traits happen to be self-interested traits. Conscientiousness, agreeableness, all the rest of the big 5 ones that are like, well, these are what we want to encourage in people's personalities, which by the way are genetically determined, and there's really nothing we can fucking do about it anyways. But if we're going to look at dark triad versus like say big 5, I don't think we need to be calling one dark and one light. I think if you take any of those things, if you take agreeableness to its like illogical, absurd extreme, that's when you get guys who are just pedestalizing women and they off themselves because they listen to Michael Bolton sing, "How am I supposed to live without you?" They write bad poetry. They burden us with shitty songs and shitty stuff. Like, get the fuck out of here. I want to go listen to the Lamb of God. Yeah. I don't think I don't think the dark triad traits should be called dark at all. Because what you're doing is you're applying a connotation to them. And by the way, psychologists, I'm looking squarely at you. Because by adding that connotation, you're putting an implicit bias in this is good and this is bad. I don't necessarily see those as good or bad. If you take them to their extreme, then yes, extreme narcissism, extreme psychopathy, you might kill somebody, right? But their extreme agreeableness is just as life damaging as an extreme narcissism. Why is agreeableness not it's dark agreeableness? Get the fuck out of here with those fucking judgment calls. You're supposed to be objective. You're supposed to be impartial. So stop calling them fucking dark triad, dark this, dark that. It's not fucking Star Wars. This is the Sith over here, and this is the good guys. These are the fucking Jedi. These are Jedi personality traits, and these are Sith personality traits. Fuck off.